Coming up, we're headed to SELA, where students are learning some important lessons in the classroom. And taking a look outside, it's been kind of a gloomy day today with some parts of our area seeing rain, even some snow showers. But changes are on the way, and we have a look at the timeline coming up in your first alert weather forecast. Plus, we are talking about huge storms hitting the Midwest, leaving at least one person dead and a huge cleanup job behind.
Now, KAPP KVEW local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner, and we begin this evening with the weather. It's been gray and kind of chilly most of the day today. Technically, it was warmer than we saw this weekend. When we take a look at our Skywatch radar, you can see those storms have been kind of moving out to the east. Precipitation has been moving through. It could be rain or snow, depending on just a few degrees difference. So Jason Valentine has a look at what to expect through this evening.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today and a nice weekend as well. Think of today as a transition day. It's taking Yakima and Ellensburg a little longer to warm up, like the Mid-Columbia and the lovely Blues area has done so. So that's why today we've seen more snow than not in the Yakima, Ellensburg areas, and in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues we're seeing rain, snow mixed to rain even right now. We do expect things to be settling down as we get overnight into tomorrow, more scattered showers than not. And then by tomorrow afternoon we should be looking very nice, and by Wednesday all of our areas should be pretty solidified in these warmer conditions, and much more sunshine is on the way as well. So today, though, a bit of a transitional day. I'll get you ready for the rest of your work week and even a look at your weekend in my forecast coming up. But for right now, let's send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. The February election numbers are in, they're certified, and this ballot focused mostly on school bonds and levies in our area. Once again, the Mabton School District bond failed to pass. This failed bond was meant to improve safety, to renovate and expand the Mabton Junior and Senior High School. A bond needs 60 or more % of the vote to pass. This one only got 55%. The difference there was only about 27 votes between yes and no. The Mabton School District Superintendent says the school board plans to come together later this spring to discuss the results and figure out what to do next. The superintendent did tell us that since months have passed since the previous bond was designed, any plan moving forward will require an update on costs and the scope of projects. More than half a dozen states, including Washington, are considering new laws that would roll back some protection for gun makers if their weapons are used in deadly crimes. Federal law basically says that gun makers can't be held responsible for what happens with their weapons after those weapons leave the store. But several states are considering laws that would make it easier for gun violence survivors and their family members to file civil lawsuits. Now, what would that look like? Well, in one very high-profile example, families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School victims sued Remington in 2015 for advertising that they said targeted young, at-risk men. Remington settled that lawsuit last year. Several states, including New York, have already created laws giving people a pathway to sue gun manufacturers. The Washington Post reports if more and more states start trying to carve out their own exemptions to the federal law protecting gun makers, we could see the Supreme Court weigh in to try to set a national standard. But the big case before the Supreme Court this week has to do with student loan debt. The justices will have to decide if President Biden overstepped his authority with a plan to wipe out thousands of dollars per borrower in federal student loan debt. ABC's Justin Finch has a look at what to expect ahead of tomorrow's court date.
A core campaign promise of President Biden now under pressure.
Our student loan program is designed to give just a little more breathing room.
But is that program legal? The Supreme Court now poised to hear oral arguments beginning Tuesday. Biden's federal student loan forgiveness plan would cancel up to $20,000 for some borrowers earning less than $125,000 per year, or households with less than $250,000 in income per year. Across the country, the financial futures of 43 million borrowers now hang in the balance. ABC's Devin Dwyer asking one borrower,
why is it that you think that the government should pick up that tab?
I think that everyone has a right to say how their taxes are being spent. I feel like taxes are for the greater good, and this is for the greater good.
The High Court taking up two separate lawsuits filed by two borrowers and a group of 6 Republican-led states, arguing the president's plan is an illegal abuse of power and is unfair to some borrowers.
People knew what they were doing when they signed it, and they should pay it off.
But the administration argues the president has the authority to carry out his campaign promise using executive authority under the pandemic emergency. The latest Quinnipiac poll shows a majority of Americans back Biden's loan forgiveness plan. Roughly 1 in 6 adults carry some federal student debt. 26 million borrowers have already applied for debt relief. 16 million were approved for cancellation. And the high court's decision could hinge on the state of Missouri, home to the nation's largest student loan servicer. Attorneys have argued Biden's plan could reduce that servicer's revenue and eventually jeopardize state funding for Missouri's public colleges and universities. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And for all of those people who have already applied for relief, the White House says officials are processing the applications so that they will be ready if the courts eventually decide that the relief program is allowed. Now, making headlines across America tonight, crews have started loading up contaminated waste from the train derailment on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. It's been more than 3 weeks since we saw this when the derailment happened, leaking toxic chemicals into the air and the water. Ohio's branch of the Environmental Protection Agency has installed water monitoring wells out of what they call an abundance of caution at the crash site to determine if the groundwater there is contaminated. Environmental advocate Aaron Brockovich says the region may need testing for decades to come.
This begins a huge water issue. We've seen it play itself out over and over and over again.
There have been no exceedances for residential air quality standards, and outdoor air quality remains normal.
So looking ahead, some of the 1.8 million gallons of liquid waste from the site are heading to northern Ohio, while loads of solid waste will travel about 20 miles away to be disposed of there. It comes after officials in Michigan refused to accept shipments of contaminants, and officials in Texas said they would not take any more. New tonight, getting clean energy programs up and running is one thing. Getting them connected to the power grid is quite another. The New York Times reports the United States is racing to build wind and solar farms, but there are so many new projects, the system that should be connecting them to the power grid can't keep up. The Times reports thousands of projects are waiting on approval. The process takes around 4 years on average. Not only that, sometimes a new power generator has to pay to upgrade the whole grid, and experts say those unpredictable costs and the delayed timelines have more and more would-be clean energy producers bowing out. Looking locally now, Selah Middle School students got a lesson today in how to use social media to make people's days instead of break people's days. The presentation by Digital for Good encouraged students to take action when they see people being negative, cruel, or inappropriate online. By speaking up anonymously, telling the person who shared the hurtful post that it's not okay, or by asking the person who is hurt by the post if they're okay.
There's a lot of awkward situations that are happening online, so we're just empowering them of what you do with these awkward situations and how to be what we call digital first responders, because they're the first ones to the scene on how they can handle those moments that definitely need to be helped and reported.
Coming up tonight on KAPP KVEW Local News at 6, we'll have some digital safety tips and hear from the Selah Middle School principal about how social media is impacting his students. The CDC says flu activity is low across the nation right now, and COVID-19 levels are low in most communities as well. But a lot of people got comfortable with at-home testing during the pandemic, and now there's a way to determine if that cough or runny nose is a basic cold, maybe allergies, or the first sign of something more serious. Mandy Gaither explains.
For what the FDA says is the first time ever, the green light was given to an at-home self-collected nasal swab test that can determine if you're suffering from COVID-19 or the flu in about half an hour.
You can purchase this test over the counter, where during the flu season, you have these upper respiratory systems. You don't know if it's COVID or if you don't know it's the flu. This is a great way for a person to be able to tell.
The test is able to identify a negative result for influenza A with more than 99% accuracy and a positive result with more than 90% accuracy. It's 100% accurate for negative COVID-19 samples and more than 88% accurate for positive results. There weren't enough influenza influenza B cases for the company to do real-world testing for that strain, but in lab studies, it caught nearly 100% of negative cases.
If you have this test and you're able to say, okay, this is flu, then you can get appropriate treatment for flu, or you can help to prevent the spread of flu. As opposed to if it is COVID, you can get appropriate treatment for COVID and go into quarantine or isolation.
The company's CEO told USA Today that a U.S. price tag and release date will be announced at a later date. People who have flu or COVID-like symptoms but test negative may have a different respiratory infection and should get follow-up care. I'm Mandy Gaither.
While we're getting some relief from COVID and the flu, winter is not over yet. We got that reminder this weekend. We're taking a live look outside, seeing some changes in the forecast and more upheaval overnight. Jason Valentine has a look at when to expect more sunshine coming up. And still ahead on KAPP Local News at 5, a new warning from researchers saying a popular no-calorie sweetener may significantly raise your risk of serious health problems. We're taking a closer look at that study next.
Honey, are you throwing the throw pillows?
Relaxing to watch TV can be hard.
Remember how they stack.
Okay. Actually, watching TV?
HBO app.
It's easy with Dish.
Honey? Are you on the boudoir cushion?
What's a boudoir cushion?
Live TV and streaming apps together with Dish, tuned in to you.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City is now offering 25% off select Juvederm fillers. This service helps reduce facial wrinkles, provides a lifting and fullness, and can be used for lip enhancement. This offer is for a limited time. To schedule an appointment with PMH dermatologist Dr. Nylander and nurse practitioner Carmina Bowen, please call the Dermatology Center at 509-588-4555.
Click-It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click-It RV Tri-Cities or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click-It RV.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Hapo Center Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Hapo Center Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Awesome views at an awesome place. KAPP Local News at 6, Tuesday.
Welcome back, everyone. We have a health alert tonight. A popular zero-calorie artificial sweetener is now being linked to increased risk of blood clots, heart attack, and stroke. You'll have to check the label to find this one. Erythritol is also called a sugar alcohol. It's often mixed with other low or zero-calorie sweeteners, and experts generally considered it safe since your body doesn't seem to process it as food. But new research from the Cleveland Clinic found that people with high levels of erythritol in their blood were also at much higher risk of heart attack or stroke. Doctors say consuming a lot of erythritol may actually raise your risk just as much as having diabetes does. Now, this is early research. Doctors say they have a lot more work to do, but they are recommending that you consider limiting your intake for the time being. And the Calorie Control Council told CNN they have decades of research from around the world showing that reduced calorie sweeteners are safe. They also pointed out that people in the Cleveland Clinic study were already at increased risk of what they called cardiovascular events. All right, take a look at this. At least 12 people were injured in Norman, Oklahoma when tornadoes and storms with wind gusts up to 90 miles per hour ripped through the Midwest last night and earlier today. This is just one part of a series of storms that are moving across the United States, just hitting the East Coast tonight. ABC's Rena Roy has a look at the bigger picture.
The same relentless storm system wreaking havoc coast to coast. At the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, students forced to shelter in a basement as a potential tornado tore through the area.
A tornado has been sighted. Take cover immediately.
Golf ball-sized hail reported from Kansas to Texas and Oklahoma, where thousands were left without power. Multiple tornadoes touching down across the state.
There are multiple roadways still closed due to debris and down power lines.
In Norman, Oklahoma, lightning flashing through the sky during severe storms. In Shawnee, a large RV tipping over onto a home. In Southern California, residents cleaning up after a rare winter storm hit the area. Snow covering the mountains, plus rain and heavy winds bringing major flooding to some neighborhoods. This roof partially collapsed, trees ripped from their roots. A mudslide damaging this family's home, the back 3 bedrooms destroyed.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today. And we do have a warming trend, though some places are a little warmer than others. It's taking a little time for Ellensburg and Yakima to catch up. We do have more sunshine later this week, but light snow to rain as we move into our overnight period, though we are seeing some precipitation in many of our areas right now. So as we head into our evening hours, here's what we're looking at right now. And then things are bound to settle down in our overnight period. Again, scattered showers, very possible as we get overnight. And again, a little bit more snow possible for Yakima, Toppenish, Ellensburg areas, and a little bit of rain-snow mix for the Tri-Cities. But as we get to tomorrow morning and as we move on in the day, we have kind of some showers kind of surrounding us. But our areas are looking to be staying dry, especially by the time we get to Wednesday, when all of our regions should be finally kind of solidified in those warmer temperatures and, well, more sunshine for your conditions. So for our temperature trend, we have gotten out of that quick reminder that we were in winter at the end part of last week, and we're just going to stay still below the average for this time of year, but still much warmer, a real good dichotomy to what we saw last week. So warmer conditions are going to be sticking around. Now winds, we saw pretty much light winds today. They're going to pick up tomorrow, about around 15-mile-per-hour winds. And again, it could be heavier in Ellensburg and Pendleton. Lighter on Wednesday, and then some pretty heavy winds on Thursday. So we do have a pretty breezy week ahead. But of course, that's good. It keeps our air quality fresh, and this wind is from the southwest, so it will keep things warm throughout our areas. Take a look at our almanac. So today, 38 for the Yakima region. That's more than 10 degrees off of our average. We'll get much closer to that as we get to Wednesday. Overnights are looking pretty normal, and look at that, 4 degrees just, my goodness, 12 years ago. In the Tri-Cities area, still lacking a little bit behind our normalcy for this time of year, but our overnight low is just above our normal, and also 4, and that was all-time low, 4. That was just, what, 4 years ago. So a lot of chilly conditions that we don't have to deal with this year. So daylight savings time just under 2 weeks away. Again, we gain an hour of sunshine, but we lose an hour for that weekend. St. Patrick's Day, 18 days away, and yes, spring just 3 weeks away. In our overnight period, we are looking still below the freezing mark, but we're steadily getting warmer. And again, some light snow to rain snow mix possible overnight, but nothing like we saw today. As we move into our Tuesday, we're going to be in those mid to lower 40s as Ellensburg and Yakima slowly start to warm up. Again, some morning precipitation possible, but we'll see some sunshine tomorrow as well. And speaking of sunshine, we have much more on the way as we get to the 50s for Thursday and Friday for the Tri-Cities. A little bit cooler for your weekend and next work week, but look at all of that sunshine on the way. Overnight lows recover as well, getting near or at that freezing mark starting Wednesday late night. In the Yakima region, going to get to those upper 40s for Thursday and Friday. A little cooler as we head into our weekend. So Yakima, Ellensburg, you're still lagging a little bit behind in the temperature department from the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. But we're going to solidify everything by Wednesday. And again, some scattered showers possible overnight into tomorrow morning. But folks, warmer temperatures and sunshine to come this week.
Thanks, Jason. And up next on KAPP KVEW Local News, have you ever wondered what happens to clothes that you donate? Or maybe you thought to yourself, is this really something that I should give away? We're going behind the scenes at One West Coast charity organization coming up next. And we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code, which is also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It is free to download and there's no subscription fee. We'll be right back.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
The President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, plus 40 years no interest. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? Uh-huh. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
US Cellular. Built for us.
I had occupational disease. It's caused me a lot of back pain and knees where I've had to have surgeries. My wife recommended that she had heard about Smart Law. I called them, bam, got me in, listened to my story, made a decision right there that they were gonna take my case. I'll tell you, if you want someone that's gonna be good, that's someone that's gonna look out for your best interests, Smart Law. They stick to their plan and they keep you involved for your best interest because it's your health. Smart Law.
Watch tonight at 8 on KAPP KVEW, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more versatility and #1 rated durability and owner experience built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
It's the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Well, we have been counting down here on KAPP KVEW. It's a little bit of a weather story. Spring is 3 weeks away. For many people, that means spring cleaning is right around the corner as well. And if you're wanting to get rid of any unwanted clothes, you can keep them out of a landfill by donating them. ABC's Melissa Adon has a look at what happens after you drop things off.
Inside the Los Angeles Mission Warehouse, people like Christopher Taylor are hard at work, making sure donated clothing find a new home, a cause deeply personal.
Once I was one of them out there.
6 years ago, Christopher found himself accepting the services of the LA Mission, and he learned how a shirt or a pair of shoes can go a long way.
If I want to give clothing, what's the best advice?
The only thing that we encourage is dignity. So when you're thinking about what to give, think about what you would like to receive.
Other tips from organizers at the LA Mission include sorting through the items you will donate and bagging or tagging them accordingly. If the clothing has holes or is tattered, consider bringing it to a textile recycling center or program in your neighborhood.
We have a partner that we use that kind of rags items and uses it for textile recycling. And so nothing really gets wasted.
Here at the LA Mission, they receive thousands of pieces of clothing just weekly. And a consistent need are actually warm clothing like jackets and sweaters. Underneath each garment is a story, tales that Victor Lozano gets to experience.
There are times when I help somebody with clothes. They come at the last minute. Hey, I got an interview tomorrow. And I've helped them, and weeks later, they're like, do you remember me? You gave me that shirt, you gave me that tie, I got the job. So that's wow.
As those who work here have a full circle moment.
I always walk past the mission, but I never thought I would be a part of the mission.
All thanks to one simple donation. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We are talking changes in the forecast, and we have a final look at that when we come back. And still ahead, now another federal agency is saying they believe COVID-19 started because of a lab leak in Wuhan, China. World News Tonight has an in-depth look at that developing story coming up tonight at 5:30.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
This week, the major winter storm making its way to the East Coast. Plus, are food, utilities, and gas bills about to go higher as families brace for more interest rate hikes? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
What's better than the perfect cut of meat for a tasty meal? That's easy. The perfect cut of meat on sale.
Super One Foods 12-hour meat sale this Thursday only with great savings on USDA Choice Boneless Beef New York Steak, $7.98 a pound. Boneless Beef Sirloin Tip Roast, $3.98 a pound. Prairie Fresh Boneless Pork Loin Roast, $1.98 a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour meat sale this Thursday only. The savings are sizzling.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is your entertainment destination for more choice, more fun, more often. You choose. Dine at one of our 9 restaurants. Fast food, sit down, or a special occasion. Plan a date night movie, bowling for the whole family, or grab a seat and stay a while. It's all here at Wild Horse. Your best choice for fun every day.
Join us March 18th for America's favorite rock and country band, Little Texas. Tickets on sale now.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's the Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's the Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's the Educated Cigar in Richland.
Tonight we are giving you a special preview of a new thrift shop opening in the Tri-Cities. This is a partnership between Leadership Tri-Cities and the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties. Coming up on KAPP Local News at 6, we'll hear from the organizers who are making this project a reality and hear one of the reasons it's personal to some of the people involved. But first, let's talk weather. We'll take a quick look outside. It's been kind of a gloomy day, but we are getting sort of a glimpse of sunshine as the days are getting ever so slightly longer. We are not quite out of the woods on winter weather yet, though. Jason has a look at what to expect.
All right, as we head into tomorrow, not too many threats. Snow to rain, snow mix possible overnight into tomorrow morning, but then we'll see things drying up as we get into the afternoon of Tuesday and pretty much for the rest of our work week. Winds are going to be picking up tomorrow as well, around 15 or so mile per hour, so a bit of a breezy Tuesday ahead, but air quality with that wind looks to be staying very nice. So scattered showers tonight and then slowing down into our overnight period. Tuesday will be warmer and a better day, but Wednesday is when all of our areas should solidify into that warming trend with plenty of sunshine.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you for watching. We're back tonight at 6.